See
Are
me
not
now? Am I
supported
still
by and
trying
do
to
not
like?
reflect those of the Evening Rush Network. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Let me explain to you the reason why I am the way I am inside your tainted views, my failures and my victories. Situations that I learned can trigger me. Decisions that I've regretted instantly. Ways that I've grown and how I move differently. Listen close if you're into me. I'm guarded, I'm open, I'm struggling. Making the adjustments to this new dating world that's
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Rellz Relaxation Hour. I am your host, Rellz, and I am joined with the esteemed panel again with one extra. So, hi, welcome.
Oh, we missing somebody.
Yeah, she having connection issues. Hopefully, she'll be back on in a second.
That's the sticks for you.
But welcome. These shout outs to my host, Blacko and Mac. What's going on, y'all?
What's good? What's good? What's good? Good
Shit,
evening,
chilling.
ladies.
Chilling.
You're right over there. You look like you pondering something.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Hurting right now. He hurting.
you see it,
Yeah,
right?
nigga, I told you I
There
broke
she
my
go.
shit. I'm tight. It's not the start of a good week. It's not the
the
start of
first
a good
day.
week.
It's the first day of the rest of your life. That's what they say.
What you do today?
That's all right,
What you
though.
work
That's all
today?
right.
What you work today, Blacko?
Just really my arms, son. I did only really did arms and cardio. That's it. Did some walking.
Just make sure your arms
what's that shit
move.
called?
You don't want to end up like me.
I'm straight. All right. See,
Arms you able to
I know
move?
my limits. I know my limits.
Like, I can remember once again. I couldn't move my arms for 3 days, man. Listen, it was
I thought it was
rough.
4 days. Is it 3
Man.
days or 4 days?
Man, listen, it felt like a week. So it might have been. I don't know. I lost count.
Yo, like I told you, and Erica's here to vouch for me. Yo, she said to me before I left to go to the gym that day, she said, "Don't kill him."
You know what's crazy? I tried to keep up.
Nah, you didn't try. You did. You did the damn thing. And look, I'm getting the look from the wifey like she gonna
Now
beat
she
my
know.
ass.
Nah, because she knew I was in. Sure, man. She know the pain I was in, man.
But I told you ahead of time, especially when I posted when I was looking for him.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready to massage him. Have that hot oil ready.
Man, it was all right though. It's all right. I survived it. But let me introduce the ladies tonight. We got Marty over there. Hi.
Hi, Marty.
Hola,
Mhm.
¿cómo
We got-
estás?
Oh, see, you got the claps. There you go. We got Kamisha. Hi.
Hey,
Hey,
Then we have
in the building.
and then we got Erica, the wife of Mac. Well, let me say the boss of Mac. I'm sorry, the boss of Mac. The boss.
Ooh.
You said it right.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take advantage of it because she here, right? Because I know you say a lot of stuff when she be on the side and she ain't really, so I'm gonna take advantage while she here tonight. So
oh damn.
you look like Mac right now. You look like a kid in the picture. You look like a kid in high school right now. Look at you. You look like she just accepted your first date.
Listen, I'm
so
acting
bad.
fool. I'm acting fool.
I'm so sorry, guys. I was having technical difficulties.
It's all right. Welcome, lady. Welcome.
That's what happened when you live in the sticks. You got that sticks connection.
It's that snow over there, something over there, suburbs or something. You good now? Your connections are right now?
Yeah, I'm good now. I don't live in the sticks. I live in a good area. I don't know what's going on, but the cable service is trash. So
A good area, the sticks. Okay, so you don't live in the sticks. You live in the branch.
Oh, wow.
You know what? Moving on. Any other what's that?
What we talking about? What we doing?
Well, first, let me shout out my sponsors first. Can I get my sponsors on the screen, sir? It's not helping. Oh, there you go. First one, let's get the sponsors by 2920 Clothing. He sponsored also Bobby D Customs. If you need any clothing, if you need anything done from him, hit him up on IG, Bobby D Customs. Sip Slow Cocktails. If you need any drinks, if you want to get your weekend right, hit them up on IG, Sip Slow Cocktails 2020 on IG. And last but not least, shout outs to Sayings by Butter, who has me laced out in my very own Rellz Relaxation Hour shirt. I got it. She did a great job. I appreciate it. My sweatsuit, she hooked me up. And a quick recovery as well. Feel better.
Yeah,
So.
feel better, butter. You already know what it is. Love is love.
All right, so it's 5 minutes in. We're going to get right into it because I got a lot of questions to ask tonight. So we're going to get right into it. It's just the men. It's the
I
men
am a
versus.
little nervous.
No, don't be nervous. I'm
Hold on. Before we move on,
Why?
Shout out to who?
Okay, so
to them 49ers.
No, that's not.
Oh, you go. Yeah, man. Listen, I would have put the hat on, but listen, let's go. One more win to the Super Bowl. We on our way.
Where's your hat?
Not going nowhere. Rams.
Hats in the clock. I had to put this one on because you know, I representing. I had to. So, but
his hat in the trash.
Yeah, you're a hater. Don't be mad because your team lost 3 weeks ago. You'll be all right.
Yeah, where they at? They home.
It's all right. Let's go Rams.
Oh yeah, you was a hater.
Let's go Rams.
You was a hater.
Let's go Rams.
Let's go. You was a hater, yo, for real. I swear. That's all right. That's all right.
I can't fuck with you today,
Nah, I can't either.
I hope your arms swell up tonight.
Wow. Well, yeah, actually, you know what? I hope they do too. I hope half your beard fall off.
Damn.
Sorry, I got
Not the beard.
listen.
Nah, I had to.
My half was
about my
more
49ers.
than yours.
You got that right, and I'm okay with that. I was okay with that. All right, so I got some questions for the ladies. Now, go ahead. What you gonna say before I start?
Nah, the shit talking later. Don't worry about it.
Everything said you kind of nervous.
No more sports right now. I'm
gonna try my best to keep it PG. I'm gonna try. I mean, I got some non-PG.
But what?
questions,
Why?
I'm gonna try.
PG. What's that?
What's the
sorry.
point of PG?
My bad. Sorry. My bad. Okay.
I didn't come on here for PG now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. So my first question for the ladies actually is do women actually like nice guys, or do you women like? How can I say this? Do you women want or do you want to change a thug into a nice guy, quote unquote?
Balance. You got to know how to have a little bit of both. You got to be able to be street smart, have a little thug in you, and still be smart and sweet. You got to be able to have it all. Y'all want us to have it all, so we want. It's not have it all. It's the balance. You just got to know how to have the balance.
First of all, I don't want my woman to be a thug, so we don't need that.
I didn't. That's not what I said. Though.
Yeah. I don't need her to be a thug.
I didn't say that.
She's already a thug. She's already a thug. I'm trying to soften her image.
You want her to have the balance.
I'm a little rough.
Trust me, if you want her to be able to give it to you. Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
That's part of why you love her. That's part of why you love her.
That is.
You already said the last episode, dude. It's crazy. All right, we already got that established last episode.
I'm the yin to her yang. I'm the calmness to her storm. That's the best way I can.
So
you're right, Don.
Kamisha, I want violence.
I don't like her. I don't like her.
I want them choosing violence today.
Every day.
Yo, the first.
I don't. No. I want balance.
As soon as I said, "Do you want a nice guy, thug?" She said, "Yo, I want an educational man with a gun on his waist." That was the first way. That's exactly how I interpreted it.
Yes.
I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Damn, ladies,
there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing by any means necessary. We need to be able to protect ourselves and be educated enough to know when to use it and when not to use it. Yes.
That's the best way to describe my partner. He is educated. He speaks well. He has an amazing.
I want to know when we in that bed laying down that I feel secure that my man can be
exactly
who that.
I want to feel protected.
There you go.
I need to feel protected. I need to know that
it's not about violence.
You bust your ass. You work hard. You walk that like straight line, but at the same time, I want to know you can get a popping in real life because real life is still happening when you walk out of work. Real life is still happening. Black people are still being persecuted. That's targeted. I need to know the black man I'm with has my fucking back and will.
That's right.
Like
okay.
Like.
Okay,
if I feel like you're a pussy,
Misha, you alright?
Like, because I take this seriously.
You alright?
Very seriously. Right.
Kamisha, you alright?
Misha, what's in your cup? You got Henny in your cup? That's vodka.
Oh, girl.
We know
Oh,
That's that Albany drink. You see that? See, stay away from Albany. See,
really? And then you gonna call me out? You just gonna call me out, right? You just gonna call me out, though, Rellz? That's what you're doing. That's what we doing.
Within the first 5 minutes of this podcast, you chose violence on a different level.
She chose violence. She definitely did.
Okay.
Look, see, look, back to the cup.
I'm gonna sip and mind my business.
You've been sipping all, so you ain't been minding your business.
Blacko, you all right over there, Blacko?
I think he's traumatized.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just listening.
He think about his bullet. He think he's on the bullet.
Listening.
He's still we on the bullet like,
yes.
Damn it, man.
Blacko, you good over there? Cause your face
no,
is like
I'm just listening to the. I'm listening to the fire. She just all no. I'm scared.
No, and listen. It's really all about the balance. It's not about wanting a man to have it all, wanting a woman to have it all. It's not about violence or wanting. It's a NutriBullet. Somebody did the. It's about just like Lady was saying. You want to feel secure, but also you want to be able to sit down and have a decent conversation with your partner.
I don't want to be with a dumb dude. Like, I don't want to be with an idiot. Like, I can't be with somebody that doesn't know how to have a conversation, doesn't know how to start a conversation, doesn't know how to articulate themselves.
So smack in the mouth?
No.
Smack in the mouth?
Oh, what?
What do you mean smack in the mouth?
Head runner.
No, Ike. What's wrong with you?
Eat the cat, Ike.
Mind you, he acting like he ain't the one that get headbutted and elbowed and stuff. That's the funny thing.
Yo, I got whelps and bruises. I'm covered up right now.
I know, right?
I believe you.
We know. We
know.
Look,
right.
It's all right.
Domestic violence?
Nah. It's not the answer.
I don't do domestic violence.
I like how you just. I like how you blink twice if you need help. Man. Madia, let me ask you a question, Madia.
DV ain't it, brother?
What is you? You answer that question. Do you like a nice guy?
What?
I need to know. I need to hear her answer. Do you like a nice guy?
Yep.
I'm not secure in that answer.
Yeah, me neither. You see this, right?
I'm not secure in that one.
You see this, right? I'm not. She's just like, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I mean, I like nice guys.
She like bullets and stabs and bullet wounds and stab wounds.
I mean, I like nice guys. I'm the rough one. So I need the balance.
So you the mean one?
Rellz is nice. Rellz is a nice person.
You know,
he has a lot of patience and all that. Not me. I'm the total opposite.
I have patience. I don't know why you looking at me like that.
She said not today.
I'm very patient.
So who's the nice guy? So who's nice in the relationship?
Oh, whoa! Why is he here?
Bro.
Wow. At least he understands, though. He knows.
My bro knows. Yes, he does.
Yeah, she has all the patience. She's sweet on Monday through Tuesday.
No.
That's a lot. that's a lot. Hey.
Wednesday through Sunday, she's there's a stick over here, right? And before the show started, she pointed to the stick and said, "Don't make me use it tonight."
He is so making this crap up.
I mean, that could go either
You know, it's
way.
crazy. I kind of believe it though. Like you have to keep him in line because he be bugging sometimes. See, look, see.
Rellz.
Now, listen.
Bro, don't do that. That's slander. That is slander.
Man, I told you I was taking advantage of this. I told you. But like I said, wink twice if you need help. Wink twice. This is look, Mac. This is
can you please
bro, listen. This is a safe place.
Terrible.
I don't think.
Yeah, he called you Marty Tyson.
I don't think so.
That's slander, bro. That's slander.
Nah, that's not because judging on what I saw before, he's absolutely right.
You know what?
No comment.
She can't comment.
No comment. I can't say nothing.
Hold up. You got a shirt too?
Yeah.
Yo, why we wasn't privileged to get shirts? Blacko, we ain't nobody.
Now listen.
Blacko, you know what?
I feel like, yeah, it's all right.
I'm gonna call
Listen,
Bud.
when I got my shirt done, listen, when I got my shirt done,
it's all right.
As soon as I got she was like, "Yo, I want one too." I told you I was getting shirts done.
You didn't ask us if we wanted them.
I didn't ask her either.
No,
she said, "I want." First of all, I never told you I was getting shirts done.
You said that. No,
I never told you that.
You sure did.
You said you was getting 29-20 shirts done, but you told me about the Rellz relaxation.
Exactly. Yes, you did.
Sure.
Well, I have one. Well, I would like to get one. So where do I purchase mine? So I can get one on the show.
We'll talk about this after the show. We'll talk about this because I obviously now I gotta drill my co-host now. We got beef now. What you said? What you said?
Back to the questions, bro. These are questions.
I got another question. Okay, so for the ladies, what's a pickup line that actually worked on you? If one ever has
None. Agreed.
See, that's a pickup lines are a misconception. Pickup lines don't work on me.
Shorty.
Like, as soon as you start talking, I already decided.
Nah, they don't work.
I lost my number. Can I have yours?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, geez.
They don't work for me because I'm usually the aggressor. So
exactly, like it's like, what's up? How you doing? I'm the one that's approaching.
I do the hitting on. I do the pickup line. That's what it is.
Yo, Blacko, all I told her was I was a crooked fella. That was it.
Lies.
Listen,
it worked.
Aggressive women. I think that's a lot now.
That had me running.
Aggressive women are awesome.
Nah. Depending where you at. You go on the street walking, she's walking to you over. So how you doing with your number? It's like a lineup.
You feel weird though, right? Like to be walking. But it'd be weird, right? No, as a dude, to be walking on the street and a female coming to you like, "Yo, I think you look good. Let me get your number." I'd be like, "Yo, why?" Like, it's just weird. Like,
did you see?
Asking you directions when she says weird to tell her directions.
I wouldn't say, "Yo, why?"
I'd be like, "Why?" Yo, because I'm like, "Yo, why?"
That's why you got all them kids, Don. That's why you got all them kids.
Facts. Y'all got like 8 kids.
9.
9? Yeah.
The directions to your heart. Oh, hell no.
I believe he used that line at one point in his life.
I would really
See, as you gotta look at it, right? The line is so funny.
Even on our show,
the directions to
right?
your heart.
So tell me, we don't think that line is so cheesy that it'll
beat
work
them lines
just because
though.
It's corny?
It's not so much the lines, it's the audacity, it's the confidence. I'm attracted to confidence. I'm attracted to wit. So it's not so much the lines, it's just the, okay, you have the confidence to come up to me and say some corny shit like that. Like, all right, let's talk. But because there are pickup lines that are smoother than anything.
So hashtag corny lines is winning. That's what she's trying to say.
Pretty much.
Not really, right? Because they're not even using lines anymore. It's just like, what's your number? And then, and then you get cursed out if you don't give your number.
That's what you
gotta hit him with the nah, let me get your IG first. You work your way from there. See, look,
you know what?
Wow, I believe you.
He said it didn't work. It did not work.
It didn't.
I'm sure that she didn't.
I think it's funny the fact that I'm picturing him really using it.
I'm like, what's your aim?
What's your aim?
AOL.
What's your ASL?
What's ASL?
AOL. Be like,
Like, what's your ASL? That's hilarious.
What else you got, Rellz?
Okay, so this would be an interesting one. Women, have you ever faked the orgasm?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Unfortunately.
Damn.
Not recently, though.
Damn.
Not doing that shit no more.
Damn. Okay. It's funny because I feel like I couldn't even get the question out. It's like, have you ever faked? Yes.
He said women have a fake. Yes.
Yo, hold on.
Yes.
Let me put it off for the men.
Mm-hmm.
Men fake it too.
I'm sure they do.
Facts.
It's a lot of faking. It's a lot of faking going on.
There is a such thing as trash box.
Facts.
Then why y'all still trying to get in
much.
Trust me, if it's trash, the man is not trying to get in.
Go back for it.
Nah.
If it's whack, nah.
Immediately,
nah.
Once the dick is identified as trash, get off me. Like, I'm not gonna keep fucking you if it's trash. Like, get off me.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you're not even gonna
you gonna finish.
Yeah, see?
No!
They go the aggressive side. See, that was his pickup line. See?
No, I'm not gonna be satisfied, and I'm gonna let you get your nut off. Fuck off me. Move, go home. Bye.
Wow.
Fuck out of here.
The ladies really chose the violence tonight. I see.
Oh my God.
That's
Oh man.
That's no deep complaint. See that?
Why should I continue to give my body to somebody and then not satisfy me? They don't know how to treat it. They don't know what they're doing. So I'm just lying there for your pleasure? No. Go home. That doesn't even make any sense to me.
I'm gonna lay there and beat that meat off like. Blue balls is not a thing.
I don't give a fuck about your balls.
At all.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Remember the first time I had it, you couldn't tell me I wasn't dying.
Wow.
No, sir.
What, you talking about blue balls?
No, sir.
Y'all don't think I've never had that?
Yes.
Laying there hushing.
No, sir.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Bro, I want that. You don't want that.
Just lay there and hush. That's what you wrote.
You don't want that.
Blue balls?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You forget I was away for a couple of years?
Yo.
Don't get a picture in the mirror with
Yo. Let me
But
explain to y'all.
guys, y'all look traumatized behind
that
that.
shit is. Let me say no.
Yo, me being away for a few years, the minute I came
You
home,
understand, yo.
fuck that. Judge sentenced me. I couldn't wait to get released.
Either or, Shaka, it doesn't matter. Either or.
That shit
no, yes, it does. Because if we're in a relationship and the sex is unsatisfying, we have to have a conversation about it. Like, because I can't be in a relationship with somebody that's if I'm just fucking you and you're nothing to me, then I don't care. But if we're in a relationship and I'm not satisfied, then we need to have a conversation because I can't continue to just satisfy you and I'm getting nothing out of it. And I'm not getting paid. No, I'm not going to be a free hooker. We need to have a conversation about how.
Okay, so wait, I got a question then. So I got a question. Wait, time out. I got a question. How many opportunities?
I get that one right there.
How many opportunities?
You not a free hooker.
I'm not gonna be in a relationship with you and just let you fuck on me and I get nothing out of it. No money, no nut, no nothing. Get the fuck out. No, we need to have a conversation. That's a free hooker.
Okay, so now let me ask you a question.
So before the relationship happened, you ain't never go through the trial runs?
Say what happened?
Because most of the time that's what happens. This ain't back in the day. You get a relationship, then y'all smash later. Most of the time, everybody smashing way before, and you know what you're getting into before the relationship.
No, I never operated like that.
That's the 30-day trial run.
I've never operated like that. When I tell you, I've only had maybe 2, maybe 3 significant relationships in my life, and I've always had open or poly relationships. So sex was always the main component. If I'm not satisfied and there's no middle ground to where I can be satisfied, I don't serve a purpose in your life, and you don't serve a purpose in my life.
Yo, what's wrong with Swagger? Swagger's all right.
He on one tonight, man.
You need a hug.
He's stupid. So let me ask you a question.
Yeah, you gotta get him up here one day. He got a lot to say.
You're right.
He always got something to say.
How many times do you give a guy a chance before you just be like, yeah, this ain't working?
I usually, it depends on how much I like him. Typically,
maybe
it's
twice.
At least 2, maybe 3, depending on. Like, I try to look at the whole thing. Like, if I know you're going through a lot,
so what you gotta tell him to do is,
going on.
Lady, remember from last episode, right? You gotta tell them to go to the gas station and get that pill.
No, see, you fucking hell.
And Henny no,
yo,
Henny and no ice.
No, Blanco, Henny straight to do the job.
It depends. It
with no ice in it. Henny.
Like,
is it bad because he's too small? Is it bad because he don't know what he's doing?
There's variables. Like, honestly, if you're too small, it's one shot. It's one and done. Like, we're not doing nothing after that. I'm sorry. There's a height requirement.
What happens if he's too big?
Well, that was my next question. So you just segue right into it. So go ahead.
I've never encountered that.
Yes,
I've never encountered that.
Okay, so what's too big and too small?
I've never encountered that.
If I feel comfortable with it, like it's just I'm not gonna sit here and measure this because some dicks are curved, some dicks are just straight and thick. Like dicks come in all shapes and sizes, Rellz. You should know this. So it's like.
Wait, how should I know this?
know.
Wow.
You know, Rellz.
I'm trying to figure something out here, bro.
Nope.
Yo, Rellz.
It's a known fact.
Rellz,
something to talk about, brother.
Listen.
I'm sorry, Rellz.
Listen. You know what? Yo, this is getting clipped off the show. That part's getting clipped off the show. No.
After the show pull up, you gotta have a talk.
I did not feel like that.
Yo, Rellz, you still my brother.
Next time you go to town, come to the block, man.
Now listen.
You know, Rellz.
Rellz be knowing.
Now, Rellz don't be knowing nothing.
Bro, next time you come to town, man. Next time you come up town, come to the parking lot, man. Old school. You gotta talk.
Absolutely not. You're under the bridge, right? Nah, we good, fam.
Meet me under the bridge.
Nah, we good, fam.
Nah. You gotta have this talk, Rellz.
She had a miscommunication on her words right there. That's all it was.
Nah, because she said it multiple times.
I didn't mean it like
conflict.
Y'all know I didn't mean it like that.
Nah, I get what you said. I understand. Look, I understand.
I'm sorry if you took offense or if I offended.
No. It takes a lot to offend me. That shit doesn't bother me.
Rellz.
Because Marty hasn't said anything, so I want to make sure Marty isn't pissed off, to be honest.
No,
Rellz.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't even catch what you said because I'm responding to my phone. I'm sorry. So I didn't catch that.
You gotta be paying attention, girl.
She said, and I quote,
she said,
Rellz be known. They come in all shapes, size.
Now I got it, Max. Her exact words was, dicks come in all shapes and sizes. Rellz, you should know. No, Rellz should not know.
He didn't say Rellz. He said Rellz be knowing. And me and Blacko was like, Rellz be knowing?
Nah, Rellz don't be knowing.
Oh, no. Whoa, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember back in the days, the bow nose? Rellz knows.
Rellz knows nothing.
Lord.
This part is getting clipped off the show. We're not doing this part.
Yo, we live.
No.
You know who I do those clips? Yo, you stupid. You stupid. You know how I be doing those clips for the show? This will not be part of that show. Yo, shut up, Don. I hate you, Don. Just so you know.
You know what
made it worse. Marty ain't say nothing.
At all.
She wasn't paying attention. She ain't say nothing. So
I'm sorry. I was responding to a very important message.
Black on, I'm dead ass looking at her on the screen too, right? Like
you ain't gonna say nothing.
My bad. I'm sorry.
You ain't even gonna give a look.
Nah, you know what she said? Mighty said, damn, why they blow my man's spot up like that?
Nah, wait. Nah. No.
Too late.
Yo, and I'm looking at her I'm looking at her say something. Yo, say something. And she's
so it went from Rellz nose to we know?
Wait, what?
Lord, here we go. There you go.
Break can't come
Terrible.
I think it's time. I think
Rellz,
I need to read the
I got a question.
No, we don't wait. Well, you stupid. I don't know nothing, man. I don't know nothing.
We know nothing.
Nah, Rellz be knowing. That's your slogan. That's your new slogan, son.
No, we're not gonna do that.
What's the question? What's the next question?
That's gonna be the segment. That's gonna be a segment on the podcast. Rellz be knowing, right?
Shit.
What's the next question?
Okay, so I got one. This is a two-part question.
You know I'm not letting this down, right?
You're not. This is a two-part question. So I'm gonna split it one side for the men. I'm gonna let the females answer this one first, and then the men gonna answer it when we come back. So for the females, what is the biggest difference in your opinion between men and women?
Willingness to communicate.
Wait, what?
Wait, hold up. We're gonna let Erica go first, and then I'll name them down.
Totally different.
What?
The way we communicate is different.
I agree. Because us men, we listen and you women don't. So yeah, you're right. You're right.
Wow.
See, now you're gonna throw a bomb. Then you're gonna
come on now. Come on.
There we go. You know.
No,
Shots
that's
fired.
not.
Come on,
you
Ronisha
know,
and ladies, y'all gonna choose violence. So go ahead, let's go.
No, I do agree with the level of communication. The level with which we communicate and how much we're willing to communicate. Women are naturally more likely to be open and more vulnerable to the person they care about and the person they're sleeping with. Whereas opposed to men, they're taught all their life, you got to be strong, you can't show emotion. So it's more difficult for them in general, not all men, but a lot of men, to communicate their wants and needs and be vulnerable because a lot of them don't know how. I think a lot of times the miscommunication comes from people really generally not knowing how to communicate, men and women alike.
Well, she answered it. She definitely answered that shit to perfection just now.
You sure did. And I think
that was perfect. That was perfect.
Thank you, lady. Muchas gracias, mi amor. Muchas gracias.
That right there is going to segue us right into the break. That's going to put us right into the break. So, if you're looking to start your own podcast, or
go to the next question after.
Yeah, we're going to do that after the break. So, if you want to start your own podcast or anything like that, this is how you do it.
Looking to podcast shows and do not know where to start? The Evening Rush Network can help you with that. Call us at 929-441-2417 or email us at theeveningrushnetwork@gmail.com for dates and prices. We got you for all your podcast needs. The Evening Rush Network. Tune in, subscribe, and share.
And we are back. Shout outs to everybody who's been on the check-in so far, and shout outs to my wonderful co-hosts and great panel of women who are helping us. So, Blacko, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between men and women?
I'm gonna have to try to remix what lady said. The difference between violence is openness, as far as like
Thank you.
Besides being open, you know, because sometimes a man can be more fast compared to what a woman is. You know what I'm saying? It takes a man to warm up to get to the standard of a woman. Honestly, that's my opinion. Communication, feeling, the way we think. You know, that's it. And men is always on the defensive. Always.
I don't know about that.
I don't think so either.
I don't know about
that's
that.
Why
I don't necessarily agree with that last
my experience. Me.
Yeah. You feel like you're always on the defensive?
Men are on the defensive because a lot of times.
No, well, I mean, me personally, I say that because, you know, we all been through different things in life. So as far as like we all been through the you know, the lovey-dovey stage. Remember I told you how to break down all three. You know what I'm saying? So when you go through so much, you always go through a situation. You just like, is this gonna work? Maybe this and the third. So you always 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You don't. Sometimes you 50-50. That's like the mechanism. Because men always expect, like, you know, women, you know, it takes them a while to get hurt and move on. Men, we always sometimes, I ain't say all, a lot expect to get hurt. Don't. That's why I said be 50-50. My opinion.
I think a lot of that has to come. I think a lot of that comes from. I think a lot of that comes from not being able to communicate their thoughts and feelings.
I have a big communication problem. I
think that's where that defense part comes up. You get defensive because you don't know how to express what you're feeling or what you're thinking or what you've been through. So that guard just goes automatically up because you don't know any other way. You don't have a healthy way.
And I'm gonna
I disagree with
that.
True. I think women also want peace. Like, I don't want to be in a war zone with my partner.
I missed what the person said. What did they say?
He said men want peace, women want loyalty.
And peace. I feel like my definition of peace also includes loyalty, and so does my partner's. Because I want peace in my like. I do not want to be in an environment where I'm constantly fighting with my partner. I do not want to be in an environment where it's constantly acrimonious, where there's always snide remarks. Where I don't want that.
Word.
I don't care. At that point, I don't care if you're fucking. If you're speaking to me like you're crazy, it doesn't matter who else you're fucking. It doesn't matter if you're being disloyal to me because you're speaking to me like you're fucking crazy anyway. Wow, but if there's a peace within the house, if there's a peace within the space, it's like it just creates a much better environment for growth and communication. Like I can't function in just the thought of it.
I'm off of what Blacko and Kamisha was saying. I kind of agree with what Lady's saying, but at the same time, you have men who try to open up and communicate. You have men that try to open up and communicate, and they constantly get shut down. And you also have the same thing with women, where communication. Like a lot of times you sit back and you hear, okay, well, you're not opening up, you're not telling me how you feel. But when you're doing that, you feel like you're not being heard, or you're being ignored, or you're being taken advantage of.
Yeah, that's true. And I think also it depends on the way the man is communicating. Because if the man only knows how to communicate through yelling and through aggression and through snide comments, that's not going to lead anywhere. But it's not the woman's job ultimately to sit there and teach him how to communicate. It can't always be on his partner, no matter how long, no matter where they're at in life, to be the one to say, hey, you can't do, like, we can't always be the correcting factor. Sometimes the man has to. Sometimes the man has to hold on. Sometimes the man has to acknowledge, because we can correct all we want. If you're not going to self-acknowledge and do the work, it doesn't matter how we correct.
And I'm gonna battle you with that one, Lady, because I'm gonna go off of what you just said, but I'm gonna reverse it, because sometimes it's not always the man. At times it's also the woman.
That's true. That is true. I will agree with that.
It's also women constantly. The only way to know how to communicate is to start yelling and cursing.
Yeah.
or shutting down.
That's true. I agree.
Word. Listen here. Sometimes that's the only way I'm getting across.
Word.
Hey.
Rellz.
It seems like that's the only way I get across. So hey.
I'm honestly I can honestly say I'm man enough to know. I'm man enough to say that a lot of my arguments with her is because she'll try to speak to me in a certain way, and I won't kind of see it from her point of view at first. And yeah, it can get heated. And then like 8 out of 10 times she'd be right about it, and I gotta suck it up as a man and apologize later on, because 8 out of 10 times. But believe when it's those two times when she's not right, I let it be known.
80% of the time you wrong.
Yeah.
See, I'll go out there and I'll admit I'm wrong again.
You don't gotta shake your head like that. Yes. I just admitted it.
Yes.
But see, as a woman,
Blacko, are we looking at him like he's a sucker?
No, he's looking at me as I'm a real man. Looking to admit my faults.
I don't know, because in most relationships,
it's that question.
Verbal rule.
I mean, if we look at him like
that's a lot.
At the end of the day, we don't know. To be honest with you, I can't look at him as a sucker because we don't know their relationship. We don't know what they argue about, anything like that. That's their personal. So he might be wrong.
I keep my hands to myself.
Oh, your hands? But she didn't say nothing about the elbows.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
No, I don't.
Ain't she from the Bronx?
Believe it or not, believe it or not, I don't always choose violence. Okay.
Yeah, she don't always hit me.
So
she don't always hit me.
Sorry. Y'all terrible.
Yeah, look at you. I heard you. I'm sorry. Don't hit me. I heard you, Mac. Don't hit me. I'm sorry.
No, she said you.
I heard you.
I said
sorry. She's gonna slap you. He was like, "I'm sorry." I heard it. That's okay.
Slander.
That's true. It's not the gender, it's the upbringing. That's true.
It is.
And I like to be
slander.
When you know better, you do better.
That's the upbringing. You're
when
right.
We know better.
Look at Rellz.
You said the upbringing. The upbringing.
Yo, your faces.
The upbringing definitely is a major factor.
Yo, John, I'm gonna win 3 times, John. I'm gonna win 3 times.
That's definitely true. The upbringing.
Okay, but I have a question for the men.
Go ahead.
It's right.
Matter of fact, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave it from now to the end of the show. I'm gonna leave it up to you, ladies. If you got any questions for us men, you can ask.
Okay, so
you asked all your questions.
That's your 12 questions already?
I did. Yeah, that wasn't 12 questions.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't 12, bro.
No. I wasn't 12. I just said it wasn't 12 questions.
Oh, okay.
Do y'all believe in gender roles?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
I think whatever I could do, she could do. But I'm gonna be honest with you. and I get yelled at. I got yelled at for a long time. I believe if my wife doesn't have to carry any bags if I'm around, if I could carry all the bags, I don't care if it's 10 bags. When her hands is empty, I'm cool with that. Okay. I open the door for her, even if I have bags. So I've always been like that with her.
Now, fuck that. Marty carrying the bags. She can hit me. She can carry the bags.
But see, that's the thing. I think there is.
Fuck that. If she can hit me, she can carry the bags.
I don't think it's roles.
Oh my God.
I think that if the man, if there's a situation where the man is down and the woman needs to pick up after her partner, her husband, then that's what she does, and vice versa with the man. If she's down, then if she's sick, then he gonna go and do the dishes, and he gonna make dinner, take care of the kids while she's down. It's not about a role. It's about being there for somebody that you love. Period.
Yep.
If when it comes to protecting your partner, my man protect me. He got that gun on his side, ready to shoot it down. Now, if I'm with somebody and they talk about my man and I need to take care of that, I'm gonna take care of that. It's not about roles. It's just about taking.
I'm sure us men, we probably agree with this across the board. There is no disrespect tolerated, period, from anybody. I don't care if it's your mother, your sister, your boss. Right. I don't give a fuck. Disrespect is tolerated towards my queen.
That's right. Or towards your king.
Exactly. Right. I think we focus so much on relationships being equal when I feel like it makes more sense when relationships are equitable. Like sometimes it's just not logical for y'all to go half on everything. Like
don't be using the big words. I don't know what that means.
Well, equitable means that people are on the same level. They're given the resources to make sure they're on the same playing field, not so much that they're equal. So it may not logically or financially make sense for you to go half with your partner financially. If you're making more than your partner and you go half with them, you still have more than they have. Why couldn't you just pick up? Yeah, like sometimes
you got to pick up the slack somewhere else.
Exactly. Like half isn't equitable. Like if the partner can't afford to live that lifestyle, but you're taking care of it, then they need to make up someplace else. And to me, that's what equitable means. Like we can't always be equal because it's not fair to always be equal. But equitable ensures that we both have the opportunity to grow the way we want to within the relationship. And sometimes it doesn't really matter about roles. Like what Kamisha was saying, it's just like who can do what and who's best suited for the job in the moment.
Amen.
I like that.
That was deep.
Good job, lady.
You have any more questions?
I mean, I always got questions, but I want somebody else to ask.
Well, I got a question. Look, seriously. Would any of you deal with a virgin at this point in your life?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Yo, if my wife is dealing with a virgin, that means she left me, and I'm shooting up everything.
Because she left you for a virgin? Untouched?
Period.
That she left you for untouched meat? You mad?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So creepy.
Yeah, untouched meat. Yeah.
Yo, Mac, I just ruined it, though. No, Mac, I just ruined it. That was the point. I just ruined it. You see that? Untouched meat sound nasty, don't it? See? There you go.
I need seasoning.
Virgin equals clinginess.
Yes, and I'm not doing clingy.
He said he said she better not go kosher. No kosher?
I mean, kosher's alright though.
I hate you. Yo, she got the silver lining for everything.
You got to.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little kosher.
I actually agree with Swagger. Swagger just said also both should encourage each other in a positive way to do their roles, do these roles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream
Absolutely.
Well, so you're right. Teamwork makes the dream work. I agree 100%.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Come on, Come on. So some questions for us guys that you women might want to know the answers to.
I mean,
what's this thing?
I don't know if I want to know.
The men in therapy, men not wanting to do therapy.
Yes, that. Why not?
Where you get that from?
Yeah, where you get that from?
No, it's a census. Most black men.
Don't say most. I mean, do you know most black men?
There's been census taken.
It's the stigma behind it.
Let me ask you a question. When you see therapy,
not all. Okay, a lot or some.
You have 3 black men on the show right now. Ask the question to the 3 black men. Black men, do you mind going to counseling?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Can therapy also be me venting to my brothers? Or do you mean like I have to vent to someone who has that of a profession?
I would say someone with the profession, because of the fact that you may be talking to someone that's damaged.
Oh yeah, that's
you may be talking
a professional
to someone
can't be biased.
You may be talking to someone that honestly doesn't have your best interests at heart. That's not willing to see both perspectives. It's okay to talk to your boys, to your brother or whoever, but you need someone who is biased. You need someone that is going to help you to see different perspectives. You need someone that is not personal.
Across that couch talking to somebody. I've done it. I've also had Zoom sessions with my psychiatrist. Not a problem. I can speak for me. I can't speak for Rellz or Blacko. Dawn said in the group, in the chat, he said he loves counseling.
I mean, as I get older, the opportunity or the
that's true, Swagger.
Yeah, as I get older, the prospect of speaking to someone like a counselor or whatever, I don't feel like I would be ashamed of it. If I felt like I really needed to do it, I wouldn't have a problem going to do it at this point in my life. It's always good.
I encourage all black men to find a black therapist to talk to, a black man, because it's like I've been in therapy since the pandemic started for the most part, and at first my therapist was a white woman, very nice, very sweet, and I could tell she wanted to be empathetic because she was really doing her best, but it got to the point where she just couldn't suit my needs because honestly she wasn't black. She couldn't understand the deeper root to a lot of the shit I was going on, because at the end of the day, when it comes to people like us, a lot of our shit is ancestral. A lot of our shit is PTSD. A lot of our shit is based in trauma that a white therapist isn't going to get. And it's not that they're bad therapists; they just don't get it. So now I see a black male therapist every week, and it's a world difference.
Dwayne, I'll get to your question in a second.
The breakthrough I needed.
And unfortunately, you can find a black therapist
who didn't grow that you did.
Hold on. Go ahead. What you said, Blacko? You speak first. Okay.
I was talking to the lady. I said, "What if you come across a black therapist, right? And you have no similar background, anything that she relate to with you? Is that considered the same thing?"
No, that's when you say, you know what, you're not the therapist for me. I need to find another therapist. Be as picky with your therapist as you are with everything else. You don't owe the therapist anything.
Yep,
it takes a
while. Yeah,
because
I lucked up.
No, the reason I say that. Oh no, the reason I say that because simple fact is like at the end of the day, like we saw my whole therapy thing. Do I think eventually, sometime, maybe so. I do have moments where I black out. I'm partially nuts, but so
partially
we all are.
And at the end of the day,
that's the reality.
It's partially, but it's like maybe they can't help you in a situation. Maybe it's a mental thing. You never know. The mental thing you go to where not all black people can help you. And like what Rellz say, vent to your boys. Is that part of therapy? Yes and no. And I'm gonna say yes because you venting, but no because that's your people. We always gonna agree with the straight line of hey bro, maybe you're right, Senate. You know what I'm saying? We might
that's not true. If I vent to you or if I vent to Mac, I'm venting. Wait, if I'm venting to you or if I'm venting to Mac, I'm venting for you guys to tell me like, yo, if I was right or if I was wrong. I don't want to hear I don't want the yes man. I want the
that's
you
fucked up. Gonna give you.
Yeah, like
it's gonna be like, yo, you fucked up. Like
no. That's what I'm saying.
My people tell me, yo, you dropped the ball.
Yep.
And if a person's gonna sit there and do whatever you're saying, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, because you can tell.
But you know something?
Yeah, and honestly, that's right.
Having a therapist is not just about what you're going through at the present time. It's good to go to a therapist to get you from the roots.
Yeah,
from the roots to figure out, because a lot of what we have gone through in our childhood has a lot to do with where we are now and what we're going through. So yeah, your boys can you know, y'all can chop it up now about what you're going through and your situation with your girl, with your man, and what's going on at work or whatever. But you need someone to help you to get to the root of the situation of what's going on with you, so that you can start to see things in a different light, or come to the realization of, damn, that's why I be doing that. Damn, that's why this happened. Damn, let me call my moms. Damn, let me call my pops, or whatever. You know, you need someone to help you realize what you've been through.
You're right,
what you're denying.
And I agree with that. You know,
but
a lot of ways we act today.
Hold on, Blacko. What you said, Matt?
A lot of ways we acted, you know, what's going on for what Commissioner and Swagger said. You know, a lot of things, you know, the way we act a lot today, you know, is based on things we've seen as kids. So, you know, a lot of ways we was taught, you know, especially me, you know, I can speak for myself. We was taught to love certain ways, you know, just like, you know, you was taught to hate certain ways, you know, just like, you know, you have certain people that's taught, okay, you know, black and white, you know, they don't mix, or you know, red and blue shouldn't hang out together. You know, we at war for this. You know, you're taught certain things as you're growing up. Certain things is plugged into your head. And later on in life, you know, as you get older and you start to see the world, you'll realize some of the things are not factual, or you'll get with you to the grave.
You have to retrain your mind, your way of thinking.
And I think that's the hardest part.
You know, you're gonna be stuck in that rut.
I think that's the hardest part, because when you have that breakthrough and you realize all of your entire being, your entire behavior is rooted in that traumatic experience, good, bad, right, and wrong. All of you is rooted in that traumatic experience. Then you have to spend however long it takes unraveling the bullshit that you were just thrown into as a kid that you really didn't have anything to do with. You have to spend your adult years still trying to maintain a functional life while unraveling all the mental and emotional shit that you finally realize is why you're at where you're at in your life, and you're not in a different place where you thought you would be. And that shit fucks with you. That's what a lot of people don't understand, and they're not willing to acknowledge. Because I wasn't diagnosed. A lot of people don't realize I wasn't diagnosed as being manic until COVID, until I was consistently seeking therapy. And it wasn't until then that that diagnosis broke me, because then it's like for the past 30 something years, all of my behavior has been because of this, and I never got treatment for it. And now that I'm getting treatment for it, I see the world completely different, but it still sucks, because it's like, shit, what if I had gotten treatment when I was 21, when I was 24, when I was 16? Where would my life have been if I'd gotten the help I needed? And that shit is just wild to me.
Yeah, but you have to look at it. Everything happens for a reason at the time.
Oh no, yeah, like I'm at a different place now, but it's more so to highlight the importance of understanding there's going to be, you'll know therapy is working because you'll get really fucking uncomfortable and you're gonna want to stop. That's how you know it's working, because that's when some shit is about to unlock. You feel it, you know it, and you have to confront it. But then when you get past it,
you know, you have some people who refuse, or I can't say refuse, who are not seeking counseling, and they still have that negative voice in their head, and they're still going down that path, but yet and still they want to seek, you know, that enlightenment.
Yes.
And it's hard because they're torn between two different worlds. So I think that was a great point, lady.
Yeah. So it was a question that was asked. I want to get to it. So Dwayne asks, it's 2022. Is there still a bias on interracial dating?
No.
Yes.
Depends. Yes or no?
I don't see it.
You know,
yeah, yes or no. But we still have those people out there that got a problem with it.
Rephrase it. Depending where you at. Depend where you at.
Yeah.
Let's play like that.
Yeah. Are we still dealing with racism?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
like, I'll say,
there's still people that don't want theirs mixed in with another.
Yeah.
But that would be a fact. But I mean, you look at it right now. All right, and I use this as an example, right? It was a time where biracial dating was pretty much banned. It was once upon a time where gay relationships was not allowed. Now, no matter where you look, if you look at a commercial in a family, most times when they show kids on the TV, kids are biracial, and on damn near every TV show is some gay interaction.
Yep, I agree.
Becoming more open and more prevalent in our society.
That's true.
But it's still real. It's still real. The racism and everything is still there. We've just come a long way, but we still have a long way to go.
Yeah, we have a long way to go still. Because it's like every time you take like one step forward, it's like 4 steps back.
True.
Yeah. I think the thing is with relationships
dating is
now go ahead. What you said?
No, go ahead, Blacko.
Yeah, lady. No, I said interracial relationship is still like 50-50. Like Marty was saying earlier, like that shit is still it's not acceptable everywhere. Like you still have people that see Black and Puerto Ricans dating. How do you?
Yep.
We all minority at the end of the day. Like, you know, you still see like a white man dating a sister, and it'll come into play. You be like, yo, what the fuck is she doing with him? You know, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you can't knock people for who they like.
I was about to say, I never thought about that.
But that's a generational thing, though.
Yeah, you love who you love.
Nobody said anything to me when I was a white woman.
I think what it is with me, it's like I'm gonna live and let live. Who you're fucking doesn't affect my life. It doesn't fuck with my taxes. It doesn't fuck with my paycheck. So I don't care. Ultimately, at my core, I don't care. But ideally, yes, I love Black love. I love to see Black and brown love. Like that's what I prefer to see.
I thought you said you love me. I'm about to appreciate it.
I mean, I love all y'all.
But yo, the bad thing about it, you know, you have Black men that are tired of Black women, and you have Black women that are tired of Black men.
Yeah, but I ain't going nowhere.
That's 100% facts.
Can I say something?
That's 100% fact too.
Go ahead.
I mean, in my case, that's why I had to go get me a white woman.
You trying to die tonight on this show, right?
You know what?
It was nice knowing you, Mag.
Erica, you want me to get him for you? You want me to get him for you?
Yes.
It was nice knowing you.
Bro.
Oh, shit.
I have to say that
he signed his own death certificate on the show.
I have a son.
I almost choked the death.
My son is 22 and he likes to date white girls.
So let me ask you a question.
He's dated Puerto Rican girl, he's dated Black girl, but the majority of the girlfriends that he's had are white. And I must admit
there's a pain in your voice.
Yeah, right. You can hear it's almost like it's almost more of no, you know what's crazy? It sounds more of disappointment than even anything else.
Yeah. It's not disappointment, it's just
do you feel some type of fear? Is it a fear you have?
We like wheat bread.
Like you feel like he's gonna be like in the Get Out movie.
Let me tell you, it's a fear period for my child. It's a fear period. Okay. So that goes without saying, but
has he dated Black women?
Yes, he's dated Black women. Yeah. He's dated Puerto Rican women, half and half. Yeah, but the majority have been white women, white girls. Same women, girls.
It depends who we hang out at. That's who we hang out at. Look who we grew up at. Like
it doesn't have anything to do with
it. It
has nothing to do with that.
Chill, Black, she's choosing violence again.
It has nothing to do with, like I said.
No.
He's dead.
No, I say that
the point that I'm trying to say. The point that what I'm trying to say is that, you know, when because he won't tell me, he won't say to me, "Ma, I got a girlfriend." I won't hear from him first. I'll hear from his sister, his twin sister, and the first thing I'll say is she Black?
Oh, she's telling.
I'll be like,
you see that,
is
right?
she Black? And
so your daughter's name is Diane?
Say what?
Your daughter's name is Diane?
No, she her.
You stupid.
So I must admit that my first response to it is, damn it, man. But after that, you know, I'll meet them. Okay, let me meet them. And I'll get to know, I want to know them as a person. But my first response is, damn it, why couldn't she be Black? Well, now, when my son came in here, because I love Black love. Because I love Black love.
Yeah.
I want that to continue on.
But the fact of the matter is all kind of love.
Yes, I know. Yes. That's why I'm saying to you, that's my first.
Be true.
I'm being honest. That's my first response to it.
Mm-hmm.
My first response to it is, damn, why couldn't she be black? So, but then after I get that out of my system, then it's okay, who is she? Let me know about her. Let me meet her, this, and that. And then I'll get to know the person. And after I meet them, then I form my own opinion about them, whether they're white, whatever. But I'm just saying that my first response is, I'm rooting for my son to be with a black woman and to have black babies.
And that's okay.
And but I mean, and sometimes it and I don't want to come off as racist. I don't want to, because that's just my first response. But it's not like, I don't like them. I don't like her because she's white.
But it's not like you're not going to give her a chance.
And then at the same time, for some reason, his girlfriends that have been white are the same sign as me. They're Cancer. So I'm like, she's a girl. Oh, okay, well, she's cool then.
See, that's
it's just my very first response to it. It's just damn. And then because in my mind, I'm thinking, it's her parents. Is her parents gonna like it? How her parents are gonna open their arms and their homes to you, and how are you gonna be treated? Because that's what's in my mind. That's what I'm thinking about.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever gone to dinner or met any of these the girlfriend's family?
Their family, no, but I've met them. My grandson, his grandparents, his father's family is white. And like some of his parents do not like black.
So your daughter has a baby by a white guy?
No, he's not. He's half and half.
Mm. But they don't like
his
black.
His mother is white and his father is black.
But they don't. But they both don't like black people.
No, his father's my grandson's grandparents, great grandparents.
Oh, great grandparents. Oh, because they're fully white and they don't like black people at all.
Oh yeah. They come from the 30s. They come from the 30s, of course. They still things back in the day.
So let me ask you a question. So how did they feel knowing that they had like a half black?
They don't like him. They don't have anything to do with him.
Oh wow.
I can't. See, that's where the line is drawn for me. It's one thing to have your preference. It's another thing to just then be a nasty racist piece of shit. It's two very different things.
At the end of the day, that person shares your bloodline.
I know a female.
Yes, you can have your preference.
And I would never be like that. Cool. I would never be like that. Like I said, once I get to know my son's girlfriends, we talk, we have conversations, we do, things without outside of him. It's just my first response, is that I'm like, and then when he did bring a girl home and she was black, I was like, I was really happy, and she was very nice, sweet, and let me tell you, his reason for liking white girls, his reason is that black women have too much attitude.
What?
See?
Oh, you realize that?
That is
well, the attitude is in every race.
I know once I said that.
I'm Latina and I get tired of hearing that. Like that's the only excuse you got.
No, you know what it is. No. Listen. The reason, his reason for that is because his sisters are very spicy. His sisters have a lot of attitude, and they're really rah-rah. So he's like, nah, I don't want that.
But then he's assuming like every black girl is like his sisters.
Exactly.
Most black girls that he's been around,
But
these young girls. How old is his son?
Hold on.
How old is your son?
So in other words, his circumference is what he sees, so he pulls himself away from that.
He looks at it as a negative.
My son, he's well-rounded. My son is well-rounded. He's been around black people, white people. He's very well-rounded, so he knows both sides. He sees both sides. So, he's seen enough of one side to decide, well, I prefer this, but he will date a black woman, but it's like he prefers this because they're more submissive to him. But at the same time, it's just, for me, as far as the attitude, it's not a black or white thing, because you can get a white woman that has attitude that's crazy as fuck.
Honestly, it's about the woman, how you treat her.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the women, how you treat her. Honestly. You can, a man can bring the best out of women.
It has to do with age and how they are.
At some point in time, you should listen to that, because if your if your son is saying to you, you know, yo, this is the reason I'm not dating them, and then you sit back and you say, okay, this is all he sees. So if he sees 100 black women and the 100 black women are all spicy,
I didn't say that's all he sees. I said he's well-rounded. He's it's all in his environment.
No, I'm talking about the black. You said the black women that he says. That's what you said. You said
he's been around. He's been around a lot of black girls, not women.
How old is
girls?
He? How old is
girls? 22.
He's still got a lot of learning.
He's my daughter's age. Yeah.
Yes, and the men and the girls that he's been around have a lot of learning to do as well. You know,
the thing about it, these 22-year-olds now, they go through hardships. These young girls right now is nuts.
And the black girl that he was dating, she's you know, college educated, nurse, working and all of that, and she's not that rah-rah type. She's the type that I would see him with if he was going.
Is she still with him?
Black woman.
Is he still with her?
Excuse me, yes.
Oh,
but like Max said, if your son say if he sees that, like if that's what he sees and all that, that's what he's seeing. That's his perception.
That was. I mean, I'm hoping that he gets a different perspective.
Over and over.
Swag is stupid. They're supposed to be submissive, each woman, black or white, but it's hard for black women to submit. Like it's facts, but they want you to submit. It doesn't work like that.
Nah.
You okay over there, lady? You look like you got something to say.
Black women down there. Nah.
I don't understand this submissive thing.
Nah.
This is my thing.
I love to be submissive. I love to be submissive. Okay.
It's the fact that that's used for everything when it comes to black women. I'm like,
yeah. I think that's the bad thing.
It's submissive. At the end of the day, women are submissive if they feel that man deserves it.
Yes. If I feel that
we're not going to be submissive to anybody just because you walk through the door. That's not how it works.
Exactly. Right. I think that's what a lot of men expect. They just expect women that they're sleeping with to be like, okay, I'm going to submit to you. I'm going to listen to everything you do. You don't have to present or bring anything to the table. You don't have to give an air of protection. You don't have to give any type of mental, emotional, or financial, no support. Because you have a dick and you identify as a man, it's my job to submit to you as a woman. That's for some reason what a lot of men have in their head. Hold on, please. That's for some reason men have a lot of men have in their head that women are just supposed to submit. That's it. We're not supposed to question anything. We're not supposed to say anything. We're just supposed to acknowledge your dominance.
It's always going to be
a problem. It doesn't make sense because I think of my partner. I think of my partner and how he is and how he presents. I have no problem submitting to him. I have no problem naturally acquiescing to him because he provides emotional support, mental support. He's protective. He listens. There's our relationship is equitable and we reciprocate with each other. So he submits to me, I submit to him. There's a balance there.
And I respect that. But again, I'm going to disagree with because, like Kamisha said earlier, when she said most men, would not want therapy, you're saying a lot of men. I would sit back and say, you have men that know their worth and present their worth and put their worth on the table. Not all men are asking their women to be submissive. If that's what you assume that's what they're wanting, that's the problem. You're assuming. If a man comes out to you blunt and says he wants you to be submissive, he's telling you what he wants. But if a man opens up and says, okay, this is what I'm looking for in a woman, this is what I expect, this is what I want, baze, he's telling you what he wants. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not all men. You have some men that are willing to open up and talk and express exactly how they feel and what they expect from their woman. And in return, they want their woman to express what they feel and want to know what's going on with them.
You're right.
And it goes back. A lot of problems with most relationships come from communication. Women are always assuming, y'all want to finish the man's sentences and not know what they actually think or what they actually feel. Like I tell my students every day, the easiest thing for anybody to do, whether you're an adult, whether you're a man, you're a woman, whether you're a child, the easiest thing to do is listen. Once you listen and you hear what actually is being said, and you open your mind with a neutral mindset, 9 times out of 10, what you actually was thinking isn't what it really is.
Mac felt like he was holding on to that for about 10 years.
Word. Talk that shit, Mac.
I get tired of hearing most men, all men, a lot of men. Because the fact of the matter is, if you sit down and you have a conversation with men, different men, like I said, there's 3 men on the panel. We all have our own individual, observance of things. But if we sit down and we all have a conversation with each one of these women, I'm sure you'll hear each man have their own opinion and their own feelings about things. And, some of y'all will look at us differently, like, okay, I never thought you would think like that. I'm not going to sit back and say, we don't think like
put this thought on y'all, but the interactions I've had, the discussions I've seen men have, the way men have acted and reacted, the stories I hear from females about the interactions they've had with various men lead me to believe there is a large pool of men that conduct themselves like this.
So is that fair to say that a lot of women are just hurt or bitter?
It's not always about being hurt and bitter. It's not always
if you're constantly sitting back saying all black men or most of the conversation we're hearing are being negative and downright.
You're right, Swagger.
Putting men down. All you're doing is sitting back saying, okay, well, all men ain't shit. Pretty much.
But see, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there is a large group of men, just like there is a large group of women that are angry and bitter. There's a large group of men that do shit like this. I've heard from the sexes on both ends. Right now, I'm speaking to the men and the shit they do from that large group of men.
I don't agree with that, Terrence. I don't always think it's our fault.
If men do that, we don't know what these men. We don't know what these men been through to start feeling like that. Everything starts with somewhere to make a person go that route.
Mm-hmm.
Like they start with women. Women could take so much shit
and
and becomes black-hearted.
Men
like
having to communicate effectively.
Whoa, no, because women have that problem too.
Women
have that problem too.
Listening. You can't sit back and say men are not communicating. Everybody has their own individual of communicating. Not everybody communicates the same exact way. Somebody said you can't always listen to how a person is saying something, but listen to what they're saying.
People may not all communicate the same way, but at some point they need to start speaking the same language so they can comprehend each other. It's one thing to communicate differently, but if you're not going to understand the way the other person is communicating or how they're communicating, you're not going to comprehend.
It's always going to be.
We're not talking about communication. We're talking about understanding.
You're always going to be butting heads, is what she's saying.
No, but we're not talking about communication. Now we're talking about understanding.
But they have to go hand in hand, because if I'm trying to communicate with you and my level of communication isn't affecting you, it's not effective. I have to either change my level of communication or you have to change the way you communicate. But at some point, we need to get on the same page.
Or you need to change your way of thinking, broaden your perspective. So a lot of people are stuck on thinking a certain way. Is you got to be open-minded. You definitely have to be, and it's not even just in relationships, it's period, in life, period. You have to be very open-minded so that you can see different perspectives, because there are so many. And especially when you're in a relationship, you have to be open so that you can listen and hear what your partner is saying. And myself, as I was saying, I love to be submissive, but I need to feel secure in order to be submissive. The man has to make me feel secure.
You see that, right? To his soul.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yo, so ladies, what's that like reality?
Yeah.
Yo, Terrence, I don't know you, but
I'm not seeing us fighting anything. I'm not fighting anything. It's I love
Terrence said, Terrence said you're the one fighting with the reality.
That's my name. My name is Terrence.
It ain't that Terrence though.
I know they need, but I agree.
How many Terrences are there? I'm so confused right now.
No.
But the person in the chat, his name is Terrence also.
Okay.
I can't see any of his comments.
So some energy right now.
Yo, I'm with it.
Oh, he said he's Dawn's cousin. He's Dawn's cousin.
Yeah, his comments only pop up on the screen, not in the comments in the
All
chat
right,
over there.
Dawn, put up. I'm replying to the lady in the middle. Is saying she's the one who's fighting reality here.
How am I fighting reality?
Women can't answer questions about women unless they date them.
They can't answer on what women can and can't do because they don't date other men.
Well, I date women, so.
No, but what I think they're saying is, you know,
Yeah, she said that. Yeah, she did.
Okay, I wasn't bugging, right? Yeah, you see my face.
Yes, she said it. Why are you shocked? Why are you shocked with her saying this?
I'm not shocked because we had this conversation.
Trust me, I'm not shocked. But it was just funny because I had to it felt like I had to dig a double take when she said
that. But I date women.
Sorry.
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, what people are trying to say, I mean, you have a man and a female saying the same thing. It's like, okay, you know, lady, what you're saying is pretty much, okay, because you date men and you date women at the same time, well, from the conversations you have, you know, and I'm gonna take it from what I'm getting. From the conversation you're hearing or you having with these multiple people, it's always a negative stigmatism placed upon men. And that, I'm going off of your words.
No, I'm sorry if that's the impression you got. I'm not saying this.
It's not only me, because you also got to look at it. I'm saying that's the way it's coming across from people.
I'm saying that there are women I know that date random men, other men that have been in the dating world that have come across men. I'm not saying every woman I know dates trash men. I'm sorry if that's the impression I gave. That's not what I'm saying. There are women I know and interact with that have gone out with trash men in their dating adventures that do shit like this, that say shit like this. There are women I know that I've dated personally that have dated other women who have bitter, who are like, I'm not saying I'm sorry if that's the impression I gave. It's more so I know there are people who deal with shit like this. That's why I say a lot of men, because it's not just like a small group of people. These are stories I've heard. These are conversations I've seen. But I'm not saying it's everybody. But there are men who do this, just like there are women who are bitter, just like there are people who are broke. Like everybody exists.
Word.
Word.
We all got quiet. I mean, you have to break the ice stitch now.
I say her energy is off the charts by far. Her energy is always off the charts, though. I tell you.
Oh man.
She said what she said, and everybody was just like,
everybody had. You can't categorize everything by saying all women, all men. That's one thing everybody in the world need to definitely get together, because like Mac was saying, you haven't dated all men, you haven't asked all men. And I'm not just coming strictly to you, lady. I'm talking in general for people on the panel, comments, all that. You know what I'm saying? So we can't categorize everybody for the same thing if we, you know, if nobody, that's like me saying all women ain't shit. Just saying, you know what I'm saying? That's like all of that. Prime example. That's like the rap music we listened to back in the day. We used to call women all bitches and hoes, this and the third. Mind you, if that was in all men's head back up until now, I would be married.
If you like Cardi B's topic on Instagram, is considered cheating.
Women is tricks and hoes.
Listen, there ain't shit men and there ain't shit women.
That's stupid.
It's on both sides.
And it's the bottom line. And look, and that's the bottom line.
It's on both sides. There ain't no gender role there.
And I'm gonna go back to what I'm saying.
No.
Not
I was just saying though.
Communicate with understanding. And no, you know, everybody. Like for example, I think it might have been Lady, it might have been Tamisha that made a comment, and Blacko came out with stop spitting the big words. I mean,
that was Lady.
If you're coming at a person and you I mean, not everybody's on the same educational level, so
I get where you're going with this one.
Equate, you know, for a conversation. So if you're talking to somebody with an impressive dictionary, you know, a lot of persons gonna look at you like, yo, you're trying to belittle me. I don't know what you're saying.
Yep.
No, I would never do that.
Me.
If anybody got that impression, I am so sorry. That was not my intention. I would never do that to anybody. I would never want anybody to feel that way.
No. He's making an example.
I'm giving an example.
Oh, okay.
That's what you're doing.
I just want to make sure.
If lady's arguing with another dude and she's like, yo, my soliloquy is better than yours, he gonna feel insulted because he don't know what the word means. See what I'm saying? Like,
but I'll tell it. But if he asks, I'll tell him what it means.
But no, it's crazy though. Like Max, like
yo, but Eric, listen,
Max
Eric is about to leave us. Eric has something to do, so Eric is about to leave us. I'm gonna stay on.
I see you Thursday, Erica.
Bye, Erica.
Wait,
Alpha.
she gets to go to sleep.
But that's like
nah, she gotta do something for my daughter. She gotta eat. She gotta shower. She got a long day tomorrow.
Mac told her get off the computer.
Time to go, baby. Time to go.
Look. He said, look. So you said you gotta go.
That's like
No, he already in trouble with us over here. Okay. So.
But that's like
we already told you was gonna get you, Mac.
That's why most people get into altercations.
I do the dishes.
What's that, Blacko? What you mean?
I always do the dishes. I do the dishes. I take the garbage out.
Hold on, Mac. What you said, Blacko?
No, like
shut up, John.
Like Mac was with the whole big words and all that shit. That's like most. That's like most arguments. That's why most arguments crazy because it's all wordplay. Trust me. Like say like you argue. It could be real relaxed depending how y'all talk. It's all about volume.
You're right, Terrence. You're right. But the hardest part about communication is to actually get two people to actually sit down and understand each other.
Again, it goes back to communication. If you could communicate, and there's different levels of communication. If you could sit down and you could get down to the basic form of communication, if men and women can do that, or women and women, men and men can do that, it'll be a whole lot more understanding.
And communication is more than just about talking. It's about being able to listen as well.
And that's what it is.
I think communication is more. I think communication is more about listening than talking. To be honest with you,
it's more about listening because you need to understand where a person is truly coming from. So if you're so busy, I've always said this: if you're so busy before a person finishes, you already have your rebuttal for what the person is saying. You're clearly not listening to that person to hear what they
listen to respond.
Facts.
Right.
If I'm gonna let you finish what you're saying. I'm going to process it, then I'm going to reply to what you just said. But most people don't do that. Most people are in a conversation strictly just to that goes back to being defensive. If you actually let a person
just want to react.
And that goes back to that. If you actually allow a person to express themselves and really talk, there will be so many open things, and so many better things in this world. Everybody wants to have the last word, instead of listening to what the person is expressing. If I have an issue with you and I'm expressing my issue with you, listen to what my issue is. Once you hear my issue, then address it. If you have an issue with me, let me hear your issue, then I will address that issue. If I address the issue with you and automatically you be like, okay, well, since you want to address this issue, I'm going to address this issue. Now it becomes a defensive conversation.
I hate that.
Because it's almost like I came to you with a concern of mine, and now,
right?
Yeah, because now it's almost like where was that concern of yours before? Now that I'm coming out with a concern for you, now all of a sudden now you got a rebuttal to what I'm telling you, and that's not the whole point of why I was trying. And in certain situations, that's kind of why men shut down. That's why certain men will shut down.
Yeah, boom, you're in an argument.
That's because Bond don't make no sense.
A lot of women do that. They'll deflect and not take responsibility for how they made their partner feel. And they want to say, well, you made me feel like this when you did this, taking away from how he's explaining and how he's feeling. And now you're just training him to not come to you calmly with whatever issue he has, because all you're going to do is deflect. You're not going to acknowledge his issue without trying to seek some type of imaginary imaginary apology for your issue that wasn't even an issue until he had an issue. Like I will.
It's like, where did that issue come from? It's like, where was your beef when, like, you had all this time to express how you felt, and now when I want to express something, now
that deflection has a lot to do with manipulation.
Yeah. That's how women emotionally manipulate. Women emotionally manipulate at times.
And some people just can't handle being told sometimes they're wrong. Some people, I ain't say women.
You can't handle the truth.
So that's the defensive mechanism. And that's the defensive mechanism. If you coming at somebody trying to get them to understand where you're coming from, and the first thing they do is trying to rebuttal or argue with you, that right there lets you know what type of person they are. All right, they big standing. And after a while, you keep doing that, and you stop talking, then it becomes hard. What are we doing?
Then it becomes like a never ending. It's like a never ending brick wall.
No, sir.
If you can't get on the same page, and it's just a never ending. It's just
like
gonna be nonstop, never ending. Now, what you said?
I always been one of those. I'm not gonna lie. Like, oh my.
Now go ahead, Blacko. What you said?
No, like I always been one of those like not always been one of those like sometimes it's either I'm gonna talk about it and I'm not, and that's always been me. Maybe that's good, maybe that's bad, but once I get to a point I don't feel like talking, I'm just not gonna talk. Go about my time. You trying to talk, I'm just gonna look at you like you're fucking crazy.
But that's not how an
I'm hit you to blink the most straight blank face. And that be the that's no, in general. I know. No, it took me when people are trying to communicate, when people are trying to ignore them, it becomes an issue. Nobody likes to be ignored.
No, I know. I go through it. Trust me, I know. I know. No, you ain't have to say it like that.
That's the fastest way to get me on a. That's the fastest way to get me on another level.
I can personally tell you from experience. I can tell you from personal experience. Me and her could get into an argument, and I realize it ain't going anywhere. Like, it's no resolution to it. I will put my phone on mute, and that will be the end of it for the night. And it could be wrong, and it could be me dismissing her, and she hates it. But for me, but for me, I look at it like I don't want us to keep saying things and keep arguing, and it could turn into something worse than what it is.
So you got to figure out a different way to say it as opposed to
what I'll do is I'll put it on mute. I'll go to sleep, and I'll wake up the next morning, and I'll look at it like it's a new day with a new opportunity to start over. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But
nigga, that's a continuation.
Sometimes
that's automatic continuation.
She telling me no.
Because now I have you on mute and I'm ignoring you.
That's a lie. Right. That's a lie. Don't lie.
Yeah, okay.
See, I can say whenever me and my partner have gotten to, and we haven't even argued. If he says I said or did something that bothers him, in my mind it's a full stop. I'm sorry, because ultimately I would never want to do anything that makes my partner.
If a person tells you something bothered you, you got to
exactly, Dawn. That's how I see it. Cool heads prevail.
It's full stop. Like, I'm sorry, I made you feel this way. Can you please?
Maybe
I'll say I'm sorry. I have no problem. I have no problem saying I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please explain to me how I made you feel that way, so I know not to do it again. Like, I want to have a conversation about it. Like, I want to understand, because for me, if it was something I did absently, more than likely, I don't know, and I'm gonna want to understand, so I don't do it again. Don't just tell me I said this, but like explain to me. Let's have a conversation about it. Because I don't want you walking away feeling like I did something to hurt you, I was trying to be malicious, or I didn't acknowledge your feelings. So I expect us to have a conversation about it. And I get the same in return. If if he says something that makes me feel away, I want us to have a conversation about it. It lessens the chance of it happening again, and it gives us the opportunity to communicate effectively and in a healthy way. So it's there's no acrimony, there's no anger, there's no, well, you made me feel this way, or no, you made me feel this way 3 months ago. Like, no, I can't do those.
Listen,
3 months ago.
Listen.
Nah, see,
when Marty tells me she's sorry, I write that shit down. Listen, Marty tells me she's sorry, I write that shit down because that shit don't happen often. So I'm gonna pull a lady right now.
I'm gonna pull a lady right now. Yo, most women don't apologize.
No, most women don't.
Sure. Okay, so look, I can take great pleasure or great pride in if me and her beef, and then we come to some type of resolvement, whatever. I can admit I can be the first one to say I'm sorry, but then she can also come right back and say, yeah, I'm sorry too. And sometimes that's all it takes. And
let me ask you a question. But if she's wrong, right? Marty, I'm not coming for your head, but if she's wrong, how many times will she apologize first?
If she's wrong, and she knows she's wrong, she'll apologize. I can't, but look, once again, I'm wrong 80% of the time. So it's not often that she apologizes.
Nah, if I feel that
I tried to help her.
I have a strong ass argument, I'm not saying sorry. Because I know,
and that's okay.
In a few hours, he's gonna realize that he was wrong, and he's gonna acknowledge it. Because this is how it goes.
Let me ask you a question. Wow. Right? Let me ask you a question, Mike. Let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you.
Way to shut me down on my own show.
Rellz, I'm not trying to play you, Rellz. But let me ask you a question. Do you know he's gonna apologize, even if he has a valid argument and he disagrees with what you're saying?
Oh no. If I have a valid argument, I'm not apologizing.
Let me finish.
No. Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like you just said, if I have a strong argument on something, even if he has a counter to your argument, life, there's debates. You could feel one way, he could feel another way. But if he shows you where there's errors in your argument or flaws, not errors, I say flaws, will you come around and say, yo, my bad? Or do you sit back and say, because you just said he's going to apologize first. Will you? And I'm not going to apologize. Will you turn around and be like, yo, you know what?
See.
How quick she said no, right? You didn't even finish it. You didn't even finish it. She's like, no.
You know, Rellz. You the one to apologize. You know what? I think, Rellz, I'm going to be honest with you, Rellz. You know, I love you to death, bro. But I think a lot of times you apologize, and this is just me, and I'm older than both of y'all. I think you apologize.
You ain't that much older than me.
I'm still older than you. And I've experienced a lot more stuff in life than both of y'all combined.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Probably.
He's 75.
He's 70. Oh, I thought he's 78.
75. Been here.
At the end of the day, you know, I think, and Rellz is not a bad thing. I think you apologize a lot of times to avoid an argument or to so cooler heads could prevail. I do the same thing also.
Yo, bro, I am the cooler head. That's the problem.
So with you being the cooler head, so it won't keep going. You just say, yo, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. Just for not to continue.
I'm gonna say like 8 out of 10 times.
He definitely do say that.
Yo, I am. It's a fact. They bring the babies on.
Yeah.
I think Kamisha older than me today.
You talking about his age? He talking about his age?
You 70? 79?
Wow.
They say I'm 78, so Kamisha got to be 79.
Mac talk about his age and his biceps on every episode.
That's why she don't like white women.
Here we go. Look, here we
got
go.
it.
See, look, here we go.
No, seriously, how old are you, Mac?
I'll be 45.
I'm 47.
I'm gonna do this.
I'll be 44.
65.
Oh, you be 44.
I'll be 40.
I'll be 44.
Oh, so we got a cougar on the show.
I just turned 39, so I'm happy there.
Yo, Rellz, how you caught the cougar?
She caught me. She trapped me. Look, she know it. Look, she trapped me.
Hunting and catching.
She said, "Look, you young. I'm older. You're gonna do what I want."
Yeah, right.
And then it's been stuck with that.
I
was attracted to her aggressiveness. Huh? What you said?
It's coquitos. It's coquitos.
No, it was a pastella.
It's a coquito. I got you.
And that's a pastella. It was a pastella.
Oh,
that's a damn lie. You don't even eat that shit.
It's a pastella.
That girl made me a moment because.
You mean the pastelillos? It's the pastelillos, not the pasteles.
My bad.
You don't eat pasteles.
She got me with the pastelillos. I got her with the Henny.
Yo, what I wouldn't get for
I don't drink Henny.
Wow. Spanish food, like I miss New York for that.
I got Henny in my cup.
Aww.
No, you don't.
I miss New York for the food.
All the best. Where the hell you at, lady?
I live in Virginia.
Where you at, lady?
I live in Virginia.
She's not gonna tell you what part of Virginia.
She's not. For personal reasons, she ain't
gonna
tell you.
Nothing out there.
Like you know about Virginia. Maybe you can figure out what.
Yeah.
I used to live in Richmond.
Listen.
Okay, that's dope.
That's the hood.
She said that's dope. Still not telling you where I'm from.
I know what I did in Richmond.
No, I'm not going. I ain't asked that part. You just said Virginia. That's what you need to say. Virginia. That's it.
I didn't live in the sticks.
You a whole lot.
I don't live in the sticks, Mac. I do not live in the sticks.
Oh man.
I live in an urban area.
Got good soul food.
Really? Because I can't find it.
This was a good show. You guys told me a lot.
Really enjoyed
damn, what the fuck
with
you in
y'all.
it? Witness protection?
All the men were right on this show again.
What happened? What you said, Matt?
The men were right on this show.
That's 2 shows. So that's 2 shows in a row. Men 2, women 0.
You're right.
It's a clean sweep.
You bust their ass.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
And that's just gonna help y'all sleep at night.
The first one when you wasn't here, Blacko, was total domination by his men.
Yo, Blacko, remember? Rellz knows.
No, I watched it though. I watched it.
Yo,
Rellz definitely
knows. Y'all haters, man.
And he agreed.
Y'all bunch of haters, man.
That's your new line. So that's it.
Oh wow.
We ain't hating on that. That's you,
Swagger going for your neck, man.
Security was carved back.
Yo, KD, if you don't take your dry ass, corny ass, white plane jokes back up top.
Said his social security number was carved in the back of the cage.
Looking like John B.
Wow. Word.
John B in the face looking ass.
Wow. Well, shout out to our sponsors, 2920 Clothing, Stands by Butter, and Bobby D Customs. Catch them on Bobby D Customs on IG, Sip Slow Cocktails at Sip Slow Cocktails 2020 on IG. Anybody want to say any last things before we close out?
Be safe and please be safe. That's all I got.
Stay COVID free.
I want to see y'all again.
Yeah, we'll definitely do this
again.
Stay
healthy. Stay healthy.
Make sure y'all tune in this Thursday to TL Mac Fitness Show with me, Rellz, and my wife, Erica. I don't know what the topic is. We're going to talk some shit. I think I know what it is. I'm gonna say we're gonna talk about the difference between we're gonna talk about because when I say health, we talk also fitness. I mean wealth, mental health also. So we're gonna talk about
we're gonna talk about my first few days back in the gym and how I felt after.
No, we're not gonna talk about that.
Hate it.
Until you come back, until you come back to the gym with me, it don't count.
Yeah, okay.
Now we're gonna talk about being a woman in our society today. That's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna get deep in that.
You don't want guests?
Yeah, I'm with it.
No,
you know what? I'm gonna talk to her first and see how we can play with that, and we probably get some guests.
There you go.
No Puerto Ricans though.
Wow. I can't be on the show now. I'm protesting. You can't treat my woman like that.
Mine is gonna pop a rubber band at that shiny ass head next time she see you.
Yo, did you come for me? Yo, I will fucking hook a rail to that nose ring you got and pull your nose off.
Wow.
Ooh, which one? We both have nose rings.
Nah, you talking lady. He sound like they in the sandbox. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna throw dirt on you after I put your nose ring on. Then I'm gonna flex and then tell you how old I am.
Lord have mercy.
Yo, listen,
that's his finishing move.
Put it down because I gotta finish my push-ups for the day. But yo, great show.
Appreciate you, ladies. We will definitely have you ladies back.
I'm with it.
All right. Maybe I might get a win.
Maybe.
Not this lifetime.
Wow.
I might win if me, Rellz, and Blacko ain't on the show.
You could also win the lottery too. So maybe the odds never be in your favor.
Oh wow! Shots have been fired. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
That's
y'all.
right, Katie. You're right.
Good night, everyone.
You're right.
Good night.
Good night.